One of my favorite times in the garden is when the viburnums are blooming. There are a few in bloom currently. A handful have gone out already, but these are the really spectacular ones that come in now. This is a rosace planted next to an Aesculus pavia. I like the combination of the two of them. The whole plan in the backyard was layers of trees and shrubs and then perennials. So you can see an underplanting of barberry in here. There's a nice paperbark maple in here. Then I have the Aesculus pavia next to the rosace. The Aesculus has not gotten the word yet that it is supposed to be a much bigger tree. They're kind of neck and neck right now, the Aesculus and the viburnum. But that's okay. Someday the Aesculus will be a little bit taller and I'll have the more layered look that I'm looking for. Let's zoom in a little bit on these beautiful flowers. Get the mix of pink and white on here, which is so pretty. The pink this year is really stripy on them. I've never seen them with such little stripes. So it's different this year and it's kind of fun to see. Turning around from the rosace viburnum, we come over to a popcorn viburnum, which is really, I say they're all my favorite. They really are all my favorite, I think. Popcorn is just one of those little big, spectacular viburnums that blooms every year. It's just so beautiful. It does look like popcorn. Such pretty snow white flowers. Just love this one. All the way down at the opposite end of the garden from rosace is Pink Beauty, who has never been pink, but she is a beauty, so we'll give her that. I really like this little section of the yard with the spirea. There's a copper beech in the background, a variegated dogwood, Kusa dogwood, another viburnum next to the Pink Beauty that has already bloomed and will be getting berries. That's Emerald Triumph, I believe it is. And then this area is underplanted with shrubs as well. Some barberry, some spirea, a couple other little trees in here. I love that all of these flowers will be getting, we will be getting some nice red berries. It's just spectacular. And then the fall, it gets some great, great color. Like I said, they're all my favorites. I'm down in my driveway area now, and here's a cranberry viburnum. I do not know what variety it is, but this gets some decent bloom. I prune it back pretty heavily. I have not pruned it back this year. You know, it's New Hampshire, so we had snow 2 weeks ago. So some of our chores are delayed. This whole area needs to be pruned out a little bit. I keep this one fairly low. It wants to be more like a tree almost. And I have another one I can show you at a different part of the yard that I let go, and it's much taller than this. But this one is right at the end of the driveway. I like coming in, seeing it at eye level, and then this will also get berries, red berries. They hang on for a long time through the winter. And then planted in here we have a Diablo 9-bark, and a white night Wigelia is tucked back in here. Sambucus. This will get to be very tall as the season goes on. And again, everything here needs to be pruned. I'll get to it. And this is underplanted with a stilby, some other perennials in here. This is actually a very dry area. But the astilbe and ligularia do really well because my husband waters this area with the water from the dehumidifier. Works out quite well. We even have a little seedling that came in the bleeding heart, pink, and then a white one seeded in this year as well. This is the same cranberry viburnum as the top of the driveway. You can just see how much taller it is. Backing up to a blue spruce. It's a big climbing hydrangea that goes up the oak tree. That always puts on quite a show. Nice thing about that is it gets beautiful, brilliant yellow foliage in the fall. But this one I've just let this go to do what it wants, and it's much more like a small tree. This is a Viburnum Michael Dodge. I really like this one because the berries are quite orange, quite a deep yellowy orange when they come out. And it's just a really nice addition to the garden in the fall. I quite don't like the smell of it. The flowers are beautiful, kind of Queen Anne's lace-ish flowers, but the smell is, I would just say, fairly wretched. Not something I would want to go up and sniff. But very pretty flowers overall.